There's all these recalls happening. Apparently, General Motors is looking at this recall 231,000 SUVs over fire risk. They're asking people to park their SUVs outside the garages because there's a risk of overheating caused by a short and then a potential fire. So I'm thinking, there's a lot of these things going on nowadays. They're calling all kinds of products, well, not products, but cars back. And I'm thinking, conspiracy theory situation here, people. I'm thinking, what if this is a way to just cook the books because you do a recall and then you pretend, let's say they recall 231,000. And out of those 231,000, I'd like to know how many people actually use the recall. How many people actually know about the recall? Do they send emails? Do they send a postcard? Do they send some kind of a mail? Do they call the people and say, look, there's a recall and you need to come and bring that car over? Do they do that? Or is it just an article? And then in the books, they might say something like, 231,000 people did show up and we had to provide them all the service, blah, blah, blah. And because of that, we had a loss and we need to pay less taxes because of that, or we get to pay less taxes. And the government really can't check that. They don't have the resources to check, did all 231,000 people show up to get this service done? And even if it wasn't 231,000, they could easily say, well, 90% of the people showed up. They could say 220,000, when in reality, only 50% of the people showed up. And that means 40% of the people that they claim showed up didn't show up. And then they're claiming a tax refund for that because they had a loss. Conspiracy theory potential, but also greed. You never know what's going on with these big corporations. They are greedy, and those corporate executives, they don't get punished. Look at the banks, that huge fiasco. Nobody has gone to jail, which is like, whoa, that is serious stuff, people. Why did not anybody go to jail? And I'm thinking they have an ethics issue. They don't get punished, so they do whatever they feel like. Potential. I know. It's serious. I know.